Hi, and welcome to the SaVeg podcast. I'm Rose, and I'm a content creator going by the handle Cheap Lazy Vegan, and I also own a vegan cafe by the same name as the podcast, which is SaVeg Cafe.
And I'm Daniel, also a vegan, and one of your favorite guest stars on Cheap Lazy Vegan's YouTube channel.
We're two friends currently living in different countries, and we'll be giving our savage take on all things life, veganism, and the latest trending topics.
So basically, whatever comes to our minds, because we love to talk.
You are currently listening to the previous episode of this podcast, but if you would like to listen to this week's episode and get some exclusive content, go over to patreon.com/thesavagepodcast. Hello, everyone. Daniel's unprepared, but I'm going to get started.
Go for it.
So today, guys, we're having a fun little episode because we are going to be not only speaking, but we're going to be doing our probably our favorite activity, aside from speaking, which is what, Daniel?
Drinking. I also like sleeping though too, but drinking is up there on my favorite activities.
The top three Daniel favorite activities: sleeping, drinking, talking. Not necessarily in those orders.
Yeah. Generally, if I'm,
or in that order.
Yeah, generally the order would go is drinking, which involves a lot of chatting because then I'll start chatting a lot the drunker I get, and then I pass out and go to sleep. So it's just a perfect.
So you always do the three at the same time. The three
Exactly.
favorite activities at the same time.
Exactly.
Perfect. Anyways, hello guys.
Hello.
Welcome to the first drunken SaVeg podcast episode.
Cheers.
Cheers, Daniel. So we decided to do yet another episode. We're having a very fun time recording these podcasts, aren't we?
Exactly. And I mean, to be fair, also, we're both in kind of like, well, I'm in lockdown in Spain, and Rose is in self-isolation in Calgary. So, you know, our days, we want to try to fill it up with as much as possible, right? So, and doing this is another thing to kind of keep us entertained throughout the day. And we get to see each other's beautiful faces, so which is always nice.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Of course. And we get to drink while we're doing this. I don't know if my camera angle, whatever. You know what? It's fine.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know how many of you guys watch the videos, but basically I'll be looking like a hot mess.
I do as well. I like literally finished a workout with one of my friends, and
Daniel, why you be not socially isolating?
What's that?
I said, why you be not socially isolating?
No, it wasn't. It was through. It wasn't. I say with one of my friends, but it was over. It was like over Skype, like this.
Oh, look at you!
So it was a social isolation workout, Rose, and I'd be isolating some muscle groups as well. God damn!
What workout did you do?
This wine's already hit me. My goodness.
Oh my god, me too. I had like 2 sips, and I'm like drunk.
I know. Oh god, I'm already turning red. Like, oh my goodness.
What workout did you do, Daniel?
We did arms. So we did like arms and shoulders and some push-ups, and you know, I'm trying.
Look at you.
I'm trying my hardest at all costs to avoid the quarantine 15.
I am already halfway through the quarantine 15.
Oh god damn! What do you mean you're halfway through it, Rose?
As in, I think I gained about 7. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea, but probably it feels like it.
I haven't. Actually
I'm
checked.
definitely like. Yeah, every day I'm like, oh God, I feel like I'm getting uglier and uglier by the day. And like less and less, like I care less and less about like, you know, how I look.
I know, this is me. Like I literally
Case in point.
stopped shaving for a while. And at one point I almost had a full on beard.
Oh my God. And then you put it on your story, didn't you?
Yeah. And then I was like, hey, and then it was so funny because most people were like, oh, you should continue growing it. But like, I just don't like having that much facial hair because it starts to get itchy.
Guess what? I also voted. What do you think I voted for?
I already know what you voted for. I saw your vote, Rose. You voted for hell no, and then you also commented afterwards and wrote in my Instagram. You slid into my DMs and said fuck no. Maybe not quite like that, but you know.
Hey, look, don't get me wrong. You know, I like a man with a beard, but I don't know. I like you clean shaven. Actually, I don't know you with a beard.
Yeah. Well,
so maybe you would look very good with a beard. But why would you hide your beautiful face,
Exactly.
Daniel? Beards are for guys that want to hide their face.
And the thing is I don't mind having a bit of stubble. I think that when I have a bit of stubble, that looks really good. But anything more
yes,
than that,
love the stubble.
yeah, anything more than that, it's like, no, I can't. Like, it's just, yeah. And it does start to get, like, the thing is, the longer you leave it to, like, you wouldn't know this, obviously, because you're a woman, but, like, the longer you leave your facial hair.
I am?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
You is.
I is.
When you shave it later, it's like, once it gets to a certain length, it's, like, so painful to shave. Like, it hurts because you have so much hair to, like, get off. Oh,
because it's so thick.
Yeah. I hate it.
Oh God. And it is like a journey to take care of a beard as well, isn't
and
it?
I'm not ready to go down that journey just yet, especially in self-isolation mode. I'm like barely, keeping,
oh my God.
keeping up with my own self-maintenance,
Imagine if you just grew a giant bush beard during your self-isolation and just like came out the door like fucking Tom Hanks from
Castaway or whatever.
Yes. Oh my God, you're going to start talking to your ball. You're going to name it Wilson.
I have already started going down that path.
I think I'm actually kind of drunk. Have you started talking to your inanimate objects, Daniel?
No, I have not yet started talking to
Okay.
Not quite at that level, but I have caught myself, singing a few times to some songs and dancing around, so I'm going crazy.
God damn. No. Like seriously though, did you not cry when Tom Hanks lost Wilson though?
Do you want me to tell you something that's going to shock you?
You did cry?
I didn't see that movie.
Shut the front door.
I've never seen Castaway.
Who are you? Why are you on this earth?
Excuse me. No, I don't know why. I know I was meaning to watch it, and I'm sure my parents have rented it when it came out and stuff, but like...
No, Daniel, you need to watch this.
Yeah. Is this like another When Harry Met Sally moments, though? Like, I need to see that.
But did you ever watch When Harry Met Sally?
No, I tried watching it twice, and I almost fell asleep.
Okay, first of all, When Harry Met Sally is my favorite rom-com, so I would like you to watch it because I would like you to experience this with me. And it is a great rom-com. You would love it, okay? And I think you would cry at the end. You just have to focus and watch. Excuse me, and first of all, can we just acknowledge the fact that Daniel told me that he doesn't fall asleep during movies on this exact podcast? You liar.
No, okay, I don't usually fall asleep in movies, but for whatever reason, both times I've tried to see When Harry Met Sally, I just couldn't. I don't know if I necessarily fell asleep, but I just, couldn't get through the whole thing.
Was it actually boring for you?
No, I don't know. I think I just wasn't focused. When you're trying to watch something, but you have other things on your mind. I
don't know, Daniel. I have the distinct memory of you telling me that you never fall asleep during movies or TV shows.
I don't usually.
Anyway, well, When Harry Met Sally is a great movie. It is a classic.
Okay.
I still recommend that you watch it. But also Castaway is a classic and it's a very good movie.
Okay, I will add those to the extensive list.
So you didn't even know what I was... You didn't even know what I was talking about when I was talking about Wilson then.
No, but I know about Wilson. He's like a coconut or something, right?
Yeah, actually, no, he's like a ball.
Yeah.
And then he like puts like something on him to make him look like he has hair.
Yeah. No,
and
I do know
at one
some
point,
about the movie.
yeah.
I haven't seen it. Yeah.
Oh my God, you need to watch it. And like, I cried like a baby when he lost Wilson.
Oh God. Okay, I'll definitely watch it. I will watch it.
You need a tearjerker, Daniel. Maybe tonight after this podcast, while you're kind of drunk, you can watch that movie and you can just cry it out,
Yeah, I'll have an emotional day,
Shall we talk about your current situation? Every day it's changing. Every moment it seems to be a new development.
I'm really stressed at the moment, actually. Like it's like I'm not usually an anxious person, but like this is giving me a lot of anxiety because basically what am I trying to say? Basically, the government has extended the lockdown here in Spain until April 12th or 15th. The fear that I have is like I'm supposed to be teaching and I'm still supposed to get paid for this period of time. They've said that we're getting paid for this month for sure, but every month after that they haven't commented. So I'm a bit nervous about that. Because I don't want to just be stuck here not getting paid in this apartment, because then I'm just going to be using my savings to pay rent and it just doesn't make sense. So there's that in the back of my mind. And then there's like people are telling me mixed things. Like some people are like, oh, the schools are probably going to be closed for the rest of the year, so you're probably not going to be needed. And some people are like, no, it will probably be fine. Like they'll probably reopen up maybe in May or like when we're supposed to go back. Who knows? Like there's so much uncertainty. So I'm just like, I just don't know what I should be doing, because I mean like the one good thing, which is like, thank God, like knock on wood, I'm in a good position in a sense that like I have savings. So like if I needed to, I could book a flight tomorrow. Like it's not a big deal.
Yes.
But like a part of me is like, I don't want to be hasty booking my flight for two reasons. Like number one, I don't know if I necessarily want to be at an airport right now because it's a bit crazy. And then also I don't want to fly back and then find out that, you know, at the end of the April, everything's fine in Spain and I could have just stayed here for those 2 months, you know?
Right.
So I don't know. It's crazy. I'm really torn. And all my friends are like messaging me, like even my friends in London that are from Canada, they like messaged me and they were like, I think you should really consider looking into a flight home.
And what are you thinking now? Because I know you've been back and forth.
I know. I'm still kind of back and forth. I think I'm still going to wait till the end of this month to see how the situation progresses. And see if maybe the cases have started to go down due to the lockdown in both Italy and Spain, because Italy's like a week or so ahead of us in terms of lockdown. So if we start seeing results in their lockdown, that's going to be a really positive indicator that that's probably going to happen in Spain as well. But again, it's just it's so much. I wish that there was like somebody had some certainty on this situation, because if someone was like, if someone told me, okay, Daniel, the schools are for sure going to be closed for 2 months, you know what, you're not gonna be able to go back to work, you'll still get paid or whatever else, I would be like, okay, well, if the schools are closed, there's not really any point in me being here, I should just come back, right?
Yeah.
But or on the flip side, if someone was certain, like for sure April 12th the lockdown will be over, those that are healthy can go outside, blah blah blah, then I would stay. So but because no one knows, that's why I'm so torn.
Right. So when do you think, in best case scenario, being realistic, when do you think this like lockdown will be over and schools will actually be open?
I don't know. I was hoping for the end of April, but that might be wishful thinking.
I think that's very wishful thinking.
Yeah.
So I think like what I'm thinking is, I think it's going to go until
for the rest of the year.
Like it's not like you're not going to be able to teach, and because like your teaching year ends May 30th, right?
It was like May 29th, May 30th.
So because like everything, because like the thing is, even our friend actually sent us like a text that the NHS sent out to what do you call it, to a bunch of people in the UK that are vulnerable, and it basically said stay inside for 12 weeks. 12 weeks. And I know it's for vulnerable people, but that means that they are expecting that this virus is going to go around for 12 weeks.
Oh god damn.
I don't know, Daniel.
What would you do if you were
Well,
in my
don't stress. I think I've already told you. I think I would definitely look into a flight home.
You would have booked a flight
because
home.
Spain is not. I would look into a flight home.
Yeah.
Because Spain is not getting better. Here's the thing. Spain has not been getting better. It's been getting worse. And same with Italy.
Yeah.
Every time I check the numbers, I'm shocked. It's really bad.
Yeah.
And it's just bad. And the thing is, the chance that it's going to open is so minuscule, in my opinion, based on so many people, like based on what everyone else is saying.
Yeah.
Even if it does get better, it's probably not going to open up the school doors. You know what I mean? So I think I would definitely think about going back. I know that it's kind of like a weird situation because you don't want to be at an airport, but I do feel like airports, I don't know, like, are they empty? Are they full? I have no idea.
I don't even know. Is anyone flying these days? You know what I mean? Like, like what's happened? I haven't even been to an airport. Like, I bet you it would be shocking.
Well, I know that, like I saw someone flying into Spain. I think it was Barcelona airport, and it was like through Instagram stories, and it looked empty.
Yeah.
So, and even the flights looked empty, but this was from the US to Spain.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how it'll look, but my gut feeling is that it's probably going to be pretty empty because Spain's been on lockdown for a while. Well, not for a while, but like for a little bit now. And the world's been kind of not moving for a little bit. So, but I'm not sure. If anyone knows, if anyone has any advice for Daniel.
Well, people were even commenting on our last video though, and they were saying,
oh, what did they say?
They were like, Daniel, you should look into a flight home. Like a couple of people said this. So
Daniel, why are you not listening to everyone else?
No, I know, but like there's also some people that are like saying other stuff too. You know what I mean? So,
Who are these people?
People. No, but like basically,
what are they saying?
So there's a bunch of us language assistants that are all here in Spain, right? And I've been talking to them, and like most of them are staying and just seeing what happens. I don't know. This is just so frustrating. 'Cause it's like cutting my experience short. And
I know it really sucks. Don't get me
sucks.
wrong. It really sucks.
But you're
But
right.
it
Like,
sucks for everybody.
no,
You know what I mean?
100%,
Like
yeah.
there's people that can't get married right now. There's people
Yeah.
that, it's a really shitty situation. So
I know I'm gonna have
I don't know.
I'm gonna keep thinking about it every day. I'm gonna think about it, and like I think I'm gonna make a decision at the end of this month to say, okay, if I need to just pack my stuff up. Like even my aunt FaceTimed me yesterday, and she was like, you should consider trying to get out of there and like leaving.
Oh my
and
God.
I was like, oh God, don't do this to me right now, please. Like I'm already stressed.
My question is, how are the grocery stores? Like when you go grocery shopping, are there lots of people there, or is it like pretty spaced out?
No, it's spaced out. They only let a certain number of people in at a time anyway. And you have to wear like gloves and like disinfect. You have to disinfect when you leave. Yeah, like they're pretty strict.
Okay, good.
So
good.
That's good. I mean, I don't know. It's just crazy. It is a crazy situation. I just hate that this is happening.
But like, okay, so realistically, and I'm not trying to like, oh God, pour yourself more wine.
I know, I'm getting another glass of wine. This is stressing me out as hell.
Okay. Okay, realistically though, so I don't think it'll happen. So let's say it opens up end of April.
Yeah.
Okay. So best case scenario, end of April, and you go back to school. Because the thing is, here's the thing. They put mandatory lockdown until April 12th, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that schools are going to be open. That just means mandatory lockdown. Let's say mandatory lockdown ends April 12th. That probably still means that schools are still going to be closed and certain things are still going to be like prohibited.
True.
And then, so let's say it goes until April 30th, schools, and then you get to go back to school, and then you only teach for a month. So like the worst case scenario, like
best case scenario, you mean?
I feel like the best case scenario, you're only going to teach for another month.
Yeah.
And yeah, it still sucks that you're missing out on the experience, and it still sucks. But I think worst case scenario is that you get stuck there.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking about like which scenario produces like
better results.
Yes, potentially better results. So the worst case scenario for you to come back to Canada is you come back. Well, I guess worst case scenario is that you get the virus, but then you could get it in Spain anyways.
This is true. But the thing is so I was going to do, okay, let's look back at the best case scenario where I'm teaching for...
Sorry guys, if this is boring for you, but we're discussing life, okay? Yeah.
We're discussing life. We're having some wine. Get involved. Let us know what you think in the comments section.
Imagine you're sitting with us at a bar and we are trying to help Daniel with his life.
With my life, which is a constant struggle, believe me.
This is a very like, real conversation between you and I, hey?
This is like how we always are.
We would be like, exactly. I'm like trying to console Daniel. I'm like trying to, give him my best advice, but Daniel never listens, but that's okay. Continue.
Because I don't know what I'd be.
You'd be a worrier. That's what you be.
No, and this situation is like seriously like throwing me for a loop. And so when we look at the best case scenario, part of the reason why I wanted to stay as well though, is for the month of June, I had planned to do some traveling around Spain and like relaxing, and like I wanted to go to Mallorca for like a week, and I wanted to go back to, I was going to go to Newcastle for a week to say goodbye to some friends, and then I have a wedding in Glasgow for that weekend at the end of June, and then I was going to fly back to Canada. So it's like that's part of the reason why I'm kind of holding off as well, because I have all those plans in the summer. But like if I can't do any of that, like then I should just come home, right? Like I don't even know if
I know this would be a waste of money, but like I'm wondering what you would feel about if you came back, and then if Europe opened again, you could just fly back. I know it's going to be a lot more money, but
yeah, true.
But then I guess you're just going back and forth. I have no idea.
I know, this is the thing. It's like so stressful. I'll keep you posted, Rose, as to what my final decision be. Because even if I get to Calgary,
I feel like you're just going to stay. Yeah, but that's only for 2 weeks, Daniel. We don't know how long this is going to last. You just have to quarantine yourself for 2 weeks. And Calgary is at least not on full-on lockdown.
Yeah, true.
And like, we're not actually that bad in terms of our, cases.
Yeah.
And again, like, we're socially distancing, but you're still allowed outside. You're still, there's lots of places to go for walks. And
plus Calgary is like, I just feel like the reason that Europe is so bad is because of how densely people live here. Like if you think about it, like whereas in Calgary, it's like, look at like where your parents live, for example, or my parents even, all where they in the suburbs, it's like they're so spread out. Like it's so easy to social distance. Like we were practically social distancing before in Calgary because like everyone lives so far apart. Whereas here, it's like everyone lives in these apartment blocks. And like the social gatherings are all around the like, like the plazas and stuff. Like that's where everyone meets and like everything else. So everything is like super, super social here. So it's like kind of, it's harder to do that social distancing. Like it's almost impossible in Spain. Like literally you just can't do it unless you stay in your apartment.
Locked down. Yeah. That's why they locked. I think that's why, because I was thinking, are they going to do mandatory lockdown here? But I'm like, I don't think they can, because they can't manage that because it's just too spread out.
It's too big. And like, like in the suburbs and stuff, like you don't need it. So, well, I mean, you still need to be cautious, but like everyone lives so far apart from each other. Like even look at your parents' neighbors, like they're across, you know what I mean? Every house is like spread out. So
totally.
Yeah.
And even when I walk, so like when I walk naughty, by the way, I'm at my parents' house. Hi. When I walk naughty and stuff, we've seen people, because like now I think people are going out for more walks. And even then it's like, you know, again, there's so much space to give each other personal space. You know what I mean? Like there's no reason why we would be close.
Exactly.
It's really tough in Spain.
Yeah. It's a tough situation, but
anyways, you know. It is a very tough situation, but don't be too stressed about it. Whatever decision you make, again, it's not going to be the end of the world.
Exactly.
So
I just got to think about it some more and just go back and forth and be crazy as I always am.
Is there anyone that you know that's going back?
No,
in your program?
There's one girl. She's gone back already, so she's from the States. And she
she freaked out and went back. How's she doing?
She's good.
It's like worse in the States now, isn't
I know
it?
It's so bad in the States now. They're getting so many new cases.
I know it's really bad.
But like the States, again, they have such a high population there and stuff. But the amount of if you look at the graphs and how fast this thing is growing, it's like it's exponential basically. It's like you just see it, and every day it's like so many more cases. And it's not just the issue of the cases. It's more like the people that get the severe symptoms are just gonna like backlog the hospitals, and it's just gonna get so much insaneness in the hospitals, and that's the big fear, right? But so one girl went back. She's from the States. A couple of the people that were here on like internships and stuff of people I've met, they've gone back to their home countries. So I think one of them was from the Netherlands, and another one was from where were they from? Maybe Belgium. I can't remember, but they've all gone back. Yeah. So I don't know.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
It's crazy.
Well, I'm sure we will get updates from you.
You will. Don't worry. I'll give you plenty of updates.
Yes, every day I'll get Daniel's freak out messages telling me how much he's freaking out.
It's just like, this is like, and I know I go back and forth with everything, like always in life. This is who I am.
Yes.
But like,
you freak out about everything. Yes.
This is like, this situation has probably made me the most anxious I've ever been in my life. And it's like really, really stressing me out. Cause it's like, there's just so many unknowns and uncertainties, and I just I just need to make a decision. That's it, you know?
That's the thing. You just need to make a decision and know that you'll be fine regardless.
Yeah.
So I know it's easier said than done when I say like don't stress out and don't like, you know, make yourself anxious, but like you always have to think, okay, by the end of this being over, you will be fine.
Yeah,
so,
true.
Yeah.
So there's hope out there for all of you guys.
Well, here's the thing, Daniel. A lot of people are losing their jobs. A lot of people, you know, have a worse situation than we do. And I know that, again, everyone has the right to complain and feel whatever they're feeling, but also try to remember that, you know, we don't have it the worst.
No, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, 100%.
And some people are dying. Lots of people are dying.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
they have the flu. They have the COVID-19, and they're in the hospital in severe, like an ICU unit or something, and you know.
Oh God, I saw this like video of a hospital in Spain, and there was people like lying on the
floor
in the hallway. Yeah.
Oh God. See, this is the thing. It's
and
like,
they were coughing, and it was so sad.
Oh God. Yeah. Because apparently this thing, if you get the extreme symptoms, it's like really like it impacts your lungs.
I heard.
And it feels like you can barely breathe. Like you can't breathe properly because it's like almost like pneumonia and your lungs like close up.
Oh God.
Oh. And someone was saying every time you
and
breathe,
even
it feels like glass.
young people.
Yeah.
Even young people experience those types of symptoms. Like they may not die, but I've heard that, in a more severe situation.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's so scary. Anyway, sorry
scary.
guys. Once again, we've started off the podcast talking about this.
But it's on everyone's mind, I feel like. It's very,
it really is.
This is what's going on right now in the world. So it's like, you know, we're going to talk about our little topic now, but like, you know.
I forgot what our topic is. What is our topic?
Oh yeah. So, gosh, Rose, how many bottles of wine have you had over there?
Oh God damn, this be my first glass.
I'm on my second glass, but to be fair, my glass is like really, look how small this is. Like this is like a baby glass.
Oh my God. Oh my God, but you know, I'm so sad. You know why I'm sad?
Why?
Because I was supposed to visit you in Spain in June.
I know.
And we were supposed to do a little, little getaway. I was supposed to stay in your place for a little bit and go on the beach.
Oh my God.
Go on a little trip to Madrid.
It would have been so fun. Like I would have, because like the way that I was planning it as well. I probably shouldn't tell you because then it's just going to be like, you know,
You can tell me.
Okay.
We can do it another year.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, I was going to meet you in Madrid because obviously you're probably flying to Madrid from Calgary, right? Then we do a few days in Madrid, just hanging out there, going out. And let me tell you, the men in Madrid, oof. Oh my goodness. Oh, if there's any people from Madrid watching
Daniel loves the Spanish men.
Oh, some of them, not all of them, but just the really hot ones.
Oh, I think like most of the guys that you like are Spanish or somewhere along that Mediterranean, look.
It's that Mediterranean look, that tall, dark, and handsome, that certain je ne sais quoi, they have
Spanish guys, are they tall though?
Some of
Not
them.
really.
See, this is the thing. The ones that are short, I'm not really into. And there are a lot of short guys here. So, but
Daniel, that's heightism.
I know, God, that is heightism. I'm so bad. Oh, God, this wine, seriously. God damn, I'm being like an open book right now.
No. Oh my God. Well, I'm the same because like when I was living in Italy, I noticed that a lot because like what they say about like Italian men, right? That they're like really hot.
Yeah.
That's like the stereotype. So before I went to Italy, this is my first time going to Italy, and I actually went there to live there for 6 months. My first time I went to Italy, I was living there for 6 months. So I was like, ooh, Italian men. I went there and like, don't get me wrong, a lot of them are very good looking, but a lot of them are also very short.
Yeah. This is the thing. Well, I feel like it's very similar in Spain. Like, don't get me wrong. I've seen some really tall guys here in Spain. Like my height or like whatever. But there are like, I would say a majority of them are shorter. But they like, even the shorter guys, oh my God, they're just like so good looking. And I think also.
They're really good looking.
Yeah, I think also because the guys like, and I think it's the same in Italy, is guys, they like take care of themselves here. You know what I mean? Like they'll go and like get their, even if they're straight, like they get their eyebrows done. They like take care of themselves. They wear nice clothes.
Right.
They, like, you know what I mean? They don't like look like a bum.
You like that, eh? I don't know if I like that.
Really?
And also we sound really mean by saying like, oh yeah, they're just way too short.
Yeah. Well, I don't mean that they're way too short. They're just shorter than
than what you would like, right? Maybe we need to get over it because Love is Blind.
Oh. How are you enjoying that show, Rose?
Oh my God, this is the transition to our topic. Now I remember what the topic was. We're going to talk about Netflix shows that we recommend.
Exactly. I have a list. I wrote a list down.
Now, how am I enjoying Love is Blind?
Yeah.
I want to do a full episode on Love is Blind because I want to finish the show and I want to rant about this motherfucking show that I hate and I love at the same fucking time.
Perfect, because I can be like, because I had a love-hate relationship with the show. Parts of it I like,
but I feel like you loved it more.
Yeah, I did, and so I can be like the positive one that's like getting in. We can get into like a little debate about it, you know?
Oh my God, Daniel. I have so much to say on this show.
Damn.
We need to drink for that too, because I feel like if I don't drink talking about Love is Blind, like you would have to drink because the entire show, they are just getting smashed every day. Did you not notice that?
Yeah, I know. I watched.
They are getting full on wasted.
Oh God! I can't wait because honestly, like we'll have a good conversation about this. We need to save this, okay? Because we're gonna get into it too much.
Okay, fine.
So that needs to be saved. That'll be our next one. Okay?
Oh my, there's so much to say. I'm dying to talk. But anyways, if you guys want to watch some trashy, dumbass television, then watch Love is Blind.
So there you go. If you want something during this kind of quarantine, self-isolation
to make you
period,
feel better,
watch Love is Blind. We are going to do a full podcast episode coming your way from the
God,
SaVeg podcast.
I have so much to say.
And Rose is going to be savage as hell, and I'm going to be.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're going to be nice? Are you going to be nice?
No, I'm going to be naughty and nice, just like I usually am.
Oh. Oh my God. I think like I have so much like trash to talk.
Yeah. And that doesn't surprise me, Rose. That doesn't surprise me in the least. So.
Okay. Anyways, continuing on. So Love is Blind episode is coming soon. If you haven't watched it yet, try to watch it before we talk about it so you know what we're talking about. So this was your this is your homework, essentially, if you haven't watched it. Yes. Okay, Daniels, I'm gonna pour myself more wine.
Oh, God damn.
I'll be drunk as hell.
I like that it's like 3 p.m. there, Rose. You're gonna be so drunk.
Daniel, it's 4:00, okay? It be happy hour.
Oh, it's definitely a happy hour. Actually, I have to
it's a very happy hour.
I have to digress really, really quickly, guys, because there's something actually really funny that I want to tell you of when Rose came to visit me.
What is it?
Do you know this story that I'm about to say? Maybe not.
No.
So Rose came to visit me in London. This is like a while ago. And we decided like we wanted to go for drinks. And Rose was like, oh, I really want to go to this London cocktail place. She's like, it's really like there's one on Oxford Street. Like, let's go. It's going to be really fun, cool. So we show up there and we got there.
I know which story.
Yeah, they had happy hour from like 4 to 6 and we were going to go for Indian food after. So we're like, okay, cool. So we go to this cocktail place. No word of a lie. So we bought our first drinks. It was like 2 for 1 because it was specials. And then the bartender comes over to us and is like, by the way, we're taste sampling this entire menu. So like all the cocktails are on the house tonight or up until like 7 or something. There's 4 different cocktails we're trying. Do you guys want to try them? And so we're like, yeah, we'll try one of each. And we then we had one of each of these cocktails. I remember she was like, oh, do you guys want more? And then we ended up having another round of all 4 of the cocktails.
Oh my. Did we have that many?
Yeah, we had 8 cocktails, I remember. And we left. I remember we had to go for Indian food. And I just remember us being so drunk from those cocktails. And we were both like, happy hour. Just made me think of it.
We were full on wasted. And you didn't finish the story.
Yeah.
And so we were supposed to go to Brick Lane, which is the street with like a bunch of different like curry houses. Mm-hmm. And they have like the best curry.
Yeah.
And basically all of these restaurants, they are BYOB, so you can bring your own,
Alcohol.
booze.
Yeah.
So we always get like a bottle of wine each and go there and eat dinner and like drink wine and all that stuff. So of course, in our drunken state, did we get 1 bottle or 2 bottles? Tell me we got only 1.
I think we got only 1 bottle, but we didn't even open it because we were so drunk.
So we got there and we were so wasted and I barely remember the dinner.
Yeah.
And I think we did open the wine.
We might have tried,
but we drank a little bit.
We had like a tiny bit, but both of us were like, we can't do this. Like, we need to just eat our food and go. So.
And then I puked on the street.
I forgot about that part.
Do you not remember this? I can't believe you forgot that part.
No, I did. I definitely forgot that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so funny.
So funny.
Anyway, so that was a couple years ago. Oh my gosh, when am I going to go to London again?
Well,
this is so sad.
This is the thing. We can plan a trip together. We can go together because like when I'm back, I'm going to want to go again. Like now.
I know.
We have like lots of friends and stuff there.
But I don't know when this is going to be over. Here's the thing. This is crazy because, again, I'm sorry to talk about this again, but it's just so on my mind. Yeah. This is crazy because I looked at like the, numbers of the other kind of infectious like viruses, like SARS and Ebola and stuff. And like, I think we've talked about this before, but a lot of them have a much higher death rate, but they don't spread as easily.
Exactly. They have less of a contagious rate.
Yeah. So we've already had so many more deaths than like SARS, Ebola, all of these things. And I'm wondering, like, for example, SARS, because I remember that we were talking about quite a bit, but how long did that last, like, of us, freaking out about it, even though we weren't freaking out about it?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
I remember it happening, but the thing is, I think this is the first time again that it's been such a global impact. Because I remember even with SARS, I know it came out of, I think it was China, and I know China had put some stuff into place, but like because it was when I was in Calgary when the whole SARS thing happened. And for us, like, I just remember people getting a little bit scared, but like we didn't have a lockdown. Our day-to-day lives didn't change that much. So like we didn't really feel the impact. And I think the biggest thing for some of these other viruses and why this virus in particular is so scary is because it's so easily transmitted between people, whereas the other ones they weren't. So that's why it's growing so fast and having so many more cases. But yeah, I don't know how long SARS went on for, to be honest, because it was really contained within China, I thought. I mean, I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think so.
But
I think so because it was a 10% death rate, and I can't remember how many people had it, but the death it was definitely less than what do you call it, than what we have going on right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing that we're going on right now, it's insane. Like you look at the growth rate of cases and it's just crazy.
That's the thing. That's why I'm saying you should come back because it keeps growing, Daniel.
I know. Goddamn, Rose, don't be stressing me out. I need to refill up my glass of wine in a minute. Goddamn.
How much was that bottle of wine, Daniel?
€2.
Oh my God. Can you guys believe that bottle of wine is €2? Oh wait, I have the numbers. I have the numbers of
SARS,
of all the. So I have the coronavirus compared to other major viruses.
Yeah.
Okay, so SARS had 8,096 cases and 774 deaths. So it was a 9.6% death rate, but only 8,000 cases.
Yeah.
Still quite a bit of people died, but But COVID-19, we've had how many deaths now? Is it over 10,000 now?
I think it probably is. I'm not 100% sure. I know there's over 300,000. There was over 300,000 cases.
Oh God.
Yeah. Let's see.
And Ebola had 33,577 deaths, 77 cases, sorry. And it had 13,000. So I think this one was really bad. Ebola was very bad. It had 13,562 deaths. And it was a fatality rate of 40%.
Oh my God, that's insane. That's crazy. This one, so
Yeah.
I'm looking at that website, Worldometers,
Yeah.
that we love to go to. Corona cases right now, 417,000, and deaths, 18,600.
Shut the front door.
Yeah, so
It went up so much.
18,000 people have died. Oh my God.
Daniel?
You know why it's gone up so
Daniel?
much?
Why?
Because today, there's been almost 10,000 new cases in the U.S. alone.
Oh my God.
The U.S. is growing like exponentially. Like they're going to surpass
I
Italy.
know.
Like they're on their track. Like U.S. is the
But
third number
again,
country now.
they weren't testing before. So
Yeah.
now they've started testing.
Yeah.
So now they're getting all these kids. So they should have started doing this. Anyways, that's crazy because what was the number of deaths? 18,000?
According to this, 18,605.
Oh God, this is okay. You know what's so scary? So today, guys, is March 24th, and the data that I have from March 17th, which is like the whole like the chart of comparing Ebola and SARS and all that stuff. So on that chart, it says total number of deaths for COVID-19 was 7,300, and this was just what, like a week ago?
Yeah. So in a week, 10,000 more
It's more
people
than
have
doubled.
died.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh my God. Fuck.
Oh God, Daniel's all anxious again. This is why I'm thinking Daniel needs to come back.
I know.
But
Okay. Anyway, we're on a new topic now. So guys, after that
okay,
long
so we're gonna talk about
digression-
some happy shit.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about some happy shit.
Exactly.
By the way, have you guys started implementing some of our to-dos
Oh yeah, have you?
in the quarantine? I have.
I have as well.
Have you, Daniel?
I have as well. I've started doing, well, to be fair, when I get up in the morning, I haven't actually like handwritten out a list of things to do. But the second I get up, the first thing I think of is like, okay, what are my to-dos today? What are some things I want to get done? So I kind of like make a mental note of them, but I don't actually write them out. So, but I find that it's been making my days a lot more productive. So I've been doing like
That's good.
getting stuff done.
Yeah.
And to be fair, it has helped so much because I feel like personally, like I'm in day, what is it? I don't even know what day, like 10 or 11
Oh, God.
or 12 of this
Yeah.
lockdown. And actually the days are going by quite quickly because, you know, I'm keeping busy. I'm Skyping people. I'm
Yeah.
working out. I'm working on this podcast as well, which is good. So I'm keeping, you know, proactive. What about
good.
you, Rose? What have you implemented?
Oh goddamn! You know what I'll be implementing? The sleeping in.
I've also been implementing this as well.
No. Yeah. So sleeping in.
Yeah.
I've also done the spa thing. You know, like
I did the
kind
spa
of,
as well.
Not Oh, did you? Did you take a bath?
No, I did like a face mask and stuff. It was really, really fun.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. It looked like one of the Korean ones as well. It looked like
Yes.
Hannibal Lecter.
Oh goddamn, Daniel! You should have taken a photo and sent it to me.
I posted it on Instagram, but clearly you don't follow me.
Oh yeah,
so
you did. I saw it. I did see it.
Yeah.
It looked weird. It was orange.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was
know where you
orange,
got
yeah.
that face mask.
Yeah.
Anyways, I've also done, I've done some exercises.
Mm-hmm.
We've been doing some fitness challenges on Instagram, which I tagged you on one. Did you see, Daniel?
did.
I think I tagged you on two.
you tagged me on 2, but I've only completed one of them. So I did the 100 squats.
Oh, did you complete?
I did the 100 squats.
Did you take a
today.
video?
Yeah, I took a video, but I didn't video the whole. I videoed the whole thing, but it was so long to put on Instagram, so I like cut it short.
Daniel, oh, you're such a grandpa.
Yeah.
You have to film it in
Time lapse.
Yes.
I know.
Did you not film it in time lapse?
No, but last time I filmed something in time lapse, it looked like it was so fast that you couldn't really see what I was doing.
Yeah, but because if you're doing for example, so I tagged him in like 100 squats
Yeah.
and 100 push-ups, right? So if you do 100, because mine's also like really like fast. So for example, when I did 100 squats or something, it was like only 6 seconds in the actual clip because it was a hyperlapse or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's long enough that it's gonna have do you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
gonna still create a clip.
True. No, I should have done it on time lapse.
That's okay, Daniel. I'll believe you.
When I do the push-ups tomorrow, I'll do it in time lapse. Okay? Are you happy?
Oh god damn!
Okay.
Yes, I'm.
God damn.
Daniel just rolled his eyes at me.
Hardcore.
I miss that eye roll.
You'll be getting it.
I love that eye
You'll
roll.
be getting it soon enough when I'm back in Calgary, Rose. You get it every day. I'm like,
I
oh
will.
my god.
To be honest, guys, I just miss Daniel. I just want him back. That's why I just keep asking him to come back.
I know. Well, I'll be back soon enough, and then we'll be reunited.
I know. And I told him that I would go to his place and stand by his window and have wine with him while we talk on the phone. While you're still quarantined.
Oh, God damn. That would be so sad. I'll be like, hi.
Oh, my God. Seriously, though.
Yeah.
But we could go for like hikes and stuff, just walking, 2 meters away from each other.
I know. It will be weird. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Like, if I end up riding it out in Spain, I might not have to be quarantined when I get back to Calgary. So let's just see what happens.
Okay. Anyways, okay. Oh my gosh, we are off track, but we're having a great time. Yeah. So Daniel's pouring himself more wine, which is fantastic. Yeah. But we wanted to talk about some Netflix shows. Yes. So other than Love is Blind, which is the best trash TV you will watch in 2020. I think it's the best. It's my favorite one since Tila Tequila, Shot at Love. Did you watch that?
Oh yeah, when she was that bisexual stripper or something that was dating girls and guys, right?
Okay, first of all, did I just age myself? Because I feel like young people would not know what this show is. This show was like, it's quite old. Yeah. Like, I can't remember when I watched it, but I think I was in like high school or maybe university. Yeah. And yeah, Tila Tequila was like this, like, I don't know if she was a stripper. She was like an import model. Yeah. And she was quite famous because she was quite famous on MySpace. Mm. This is how old we are, okay? So she was famous on MySpace. Yeah. And then she had this like show which was like the trashiest show ever. And it was called Tila Tequila's Shot at Love. Yeah. And she was like, I'm bisexual, even though I'm pretty sure she was just acting. I don't know. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty fucking sure that she wasn't actually bisexual, but I don't know. Because I heard something about that after. And then she was like, there was like 2 sets of people, girls and guys, and then they had to all fight for her love. And I was like, this is the best trash TV ever.
So funny. So funny.
Anyways. So back to 2020.
Back to 2020, yeah.
What are your favorite shows, Daniel? I know Daniel is an expert at this. So you go.
Okay, I'll go through a few of them. So I wrote a list, actually. So there's a few that I've watched recently that I really, really like that I would recommend. So these are all on Netflix, by the way. So the first one that I highly recommend, again, it's kind of trash TV, but it's so fun to watch. And there's some really magical moments. And we've talked about this before, RuPaul's Drag Race.
I knew it, yeah.
So it's a reality TV show for those of you that don't know. And if you don't know, honestly, you do need to check this out. And it's about basically a group of drag queens that are trying to become America's next top drag queen or whatever, drag queen. And they have all these like competitions and everything is so ridiculous. Like, honestly, the competitions are ridiculous. Everything is like so outrageous, but it just works and it's so funny. And there are moments where it's like they'll have like the queens will have like heart to hearts and like there's some emotion behind it as well. I don't know. It's a really, really well done show. So
it is. It's actually very entertaining. Yeah. I was really into it at one point.
Yeah, it's so good.
And then I kind of like stopped. I'm kind of one of those people that gets into something and then I kind of like. So I was really into the season with kimchi.
Oh, I love kimchi.
Yes. Because I think that's the first season I watched. Was that the kind of season that I didn't like the winner?
Yeah. Because I think what happened in Canada, because obviously Netflix is different in different countries. And I was like telling Rose, because my favorite season is season 6 with Bianca Del Rio, who is like the funniest person ever. Right. Seriously.
She's so hilarious.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, you need to watch this season 6. And then I remember the only season that was available in Canada at the time was season 8, which is Kimchi's season. And you were like, oh, the season I'm watching, I thought it was the first season, but it wasn't. And it's just so funny.
That was great. Yeah. But we won't give anything away. No. But anyways, I watched that season. And I also watched the one with
Bianca Del Rio.
Yep. And I also watched, what was the one with Valentina?
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. I was so I shouldn't talk.
I know.
Okay. In case you haven't watched
season
it.
9. I think it was season 9.
Daniel knows all the seasons. Yeah. So those are the seasons that I watched. Those 3 seasons, I think. I don't think I watched anything else.
You have so many other. You have to watch season 4. Like, you need to meet Latrice Royale. And like, there's so many more queens.
Drag queens, like, they are so entertaining.
Oh, God.
They are just so extra. I love it.
And I love the expressions as well. They'll be like, the library is open. And then they get the reading glasses and they're like, bitch, you a hoe. Yeah. And they can't say anything because the library's open.
You about to be read because the library is open.
Yes. Oh my God, I love it. Okay.
I think I started talking like that a little bit. And then like, I remember people around me were like, what do you mean the library's open? Yeah, I'd be like, bitch, the library, I didn't realize the library was open.
People be like, what are you talking about? Like, come on, you don't watch RuPaul's Drag Race? Come on.
Oh God, it's very entertaining. Okay, so what's next on Daniel's list?
Okay, so the next one. So a few of them are a little bit darker, but I also like to like balance the light with the dark. And the other one was, have you seen The Sinner season 1?
Oh, okay. Can you give me the premise
Yeah,
again?
so
I think I
So
watched
it's with
it.
Jessica Biel, and she's like a mom, and she basically.
Oh no, I didn't watch it.
Okay, it's really, really good. I recommend the second season. So they're completely different stories. It's kind of like American, what was it? American Horror Story. It's like
Yeah.
every season's quite different. And the second season I didn't like as much, but the first season was so good. And yeah, it was about Jessica Biel. I mean, I'm not going to give too much away, but it's a murder mystery, and they're trying to find out. It's not a story of who did the murder. It's a story as to why they did the murder. So it's kind of like really, I don't know. It's really interesting, and I love it. So I'd highly recommend
Okay. I do remember you telling me about that.
that's
So
a
maybe
good
I'll
one.
watch that.
Honestly, I think you'll
Continue.
like it. The next one that I really liked as well is called Mindhunter. Have you?
Yes,
Have you heard of this
I've
one?
heard of it. Wait, is that the one with like serial killers or something?
So basically,
So I think I watched a part of the first episode,
Yeah.
but I didn't watch it. I don't know why. Continue.
yeah, the premise of the whole show, it's really interesting. It's kind of like, it's still fiction, I think, but there's parts of it that are non-fictional, I think. So there's parts of it that are
Right.
based on what happened, and it's all about the time when the U.S., like I think it was around the 60s, when they really started to like look at this whole idea of what a serial killer is, what makes a serial killer, why these people do what they do. And the whole idea was around behavioral science and research the serial killers that we have incarcerated. Let's talk to them and find out the motivation behind the killing and use that information to try to catch future killers.
Right.
So
Very
parts,
interesting.
Yeah, so parts of it were based on that whole program that they did. And honestly, it's so good. I think there's like 2 seasons
Yeah,
on.
I've heard that it's really good.
Yeah, it's well done, and the actors are really, really good in it. I think it's a good watch.
I can't get into shows. I can't contribute much to this episode because I don't really watch. Well, now I'm watching a little bit more Netflix
Yeah.
because of this whole situation, and I can't be productive.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, like I can't really get into shows. Anyways, what's the next thing
Well, I
on
mean,
Daniel's list?
To be fair, a lot of these, like these are some of them I haven't watched for a while. Like Mindhunter, I watched
Yeah,
ages ago.
they're a bit older.
Yeah, so I don't actually watch. I mean, it sounds like I watch a lot of Netflix, but lately I have been.
Right, yeah,
But
yeah.
Normally I don't watch that much, but these are just a few shows that I like super like caught my
Lately,
eye, I
you've been
guess.
a couch potato watching all this kind of shit.
I still be going to the gym, Rose. Okay, not the gym, but like I still be working out.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about the Sinner, talked about RuPaul. The next one, oh god, I loved this series. So it only went on for 2 seasons, and there's like the good thing is there's like a start and an end. So it's called Sense8, and
Okay.
it's kind of like a not sci-fi, but it's like kind of future. Like I don't even know what genre it is technically, but basically. And I think I've told you about this one before, Rose. It's a bit about these 8 people that are connected across the globe, and they're like I don't even know how to describe it. Like this wine's been hitting me like crazy, but
God damn.
it's like a second race of people, like a second evolution of people. And what happens is people actually connect with this. They call it a cluster with these 8 people, and you can we can feel what each other feels sometimes. And sometimes, like if you're going through a rough patch, I could all of a sudden be there, but like I'm not actually there, but we're talking to each other. It's almost like Skype, but without Skype. Like I would actually
interesting.
be in your house.
Yeah, I think you actually told me about this.
Yeah. And
But I haven't watched it.
Oh my God. It's so beautifully filmed. And I don't know.
Aw.
It's from the creators of like the Matrix and stuff. So it is very like science
Okay.
fiction and whatever, but it's just, there's some beautiful love stories in it. And like, it's really cute. So, and there's parts of it that are, I don't know, it's just very well done. So I highly recommend it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's another one. Let's see
Okay.
what else I got on this list. So one that me and Rose both loved is La Casa de Papel, or
Oh my
in
God.
English, Money Heist.
Isn't it a lame name in English?
It is. The weird thing is La Casa de Papel, it translates to the House of Paper. So like,
Yeah, why can't you just call it that?
exactly, because it sounds more interesting
I
than
think
Money
they-
Heist.
To be fair, I think they didn't want to sound it like they didn't want it to sound like House of Cards. That's probably why.
That actually makes sense. That would make so much sense.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, I was watching these. I've also been getting lost in YouTube lately and just like watching random videos. And
Yeah.
I watched this like couple that's living in Korea, and he was telling her the like Korean name for a movie or something, and she had to guess what movie it was. Because like, for example, like even like Frozen would be called something else in Korean. It's not called Frozen.
Right.
It's called like Queen of the Snow or something random, you know? So
that's true. Yeah. So that's so interesting.
Yeah, it was actually really cool. So they were like translating the movies, but like a lot of them didn't translate, so they had to guess which one just based on how it was said in Korean or whatever.
So wait, so the guy is Korean or the girl's Korean?
So the guy's Korean.
So the guy is Korean. So he would take the Korean titles of the foreign movie and then he would translate it into English, like direct translation, and then he would say it.
Yeah, and then she had to guess.
Oh, interesting. We should play this game.
Yeah, it's so funny. I'll send you a link to her. She's like, that girl actually I think she speaks Korean as well, though. She's lived in Korea for like a while. So
yeah.
But it was so interesting because like a lot of the films they had to guess, and then they were like, oh God, like I don't even know what this is. But it would be like something like Jungle Book or like, I don't know. That's just a random one. But it was quite funny. So
no, it's funny because I know, because like I remember, you know, anytime I'm like, oh, have you seen this movie to like a Korean person?
Yeah.
They wouldn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And I tried to like translate it directly into Korean and then they still don't know what it was. And then they like figure it out and they're like, oh, and then they realize it's called something else in Korean.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's quite interesting. Anyways, goddamn, this wine be hitting me like a ton of bricks.
God, me too. I'm like,
I be drunk as hell. What be next, Daniel? What be next?
Okay, so we talked about La Casa de Papel. Okay, so another, I've been watching a few Spanish series, and probably because I'm in Spain, there's another one. It's the most random series, but it's so freaking hilarious, and it's called Paquita Salas. And what it is, it's Paquita Salas is the name of this woman, but it's actually like a guy that's playing this woman, and it's a comedy, and he runs this like PR agency for like famous people. Like he's like basically a publicist, or not publicist, a PR agent basically. And it's just all about him. And this guy, his personality is like over the top and he's so ridiculous. And it's like really like kind of slapstick comedy. I don't know. It's so good. I honestly, I got so addicted and I forgot that I was watching it, and then, or not forgot, but I was like going through my Netflix today to make this list. And then I saw that come up and I was like, oh my God, I forgot about Paquita Salas.
I wonder if these shows are on like international Netflix.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I know Paquita Salas was in London because that's where I watched it, because I watched it with my flatmate there.
Cool.
But that's a really good one. So that's another one I highly recommend. Another one, well, this one's old, like, and we've both seen this, but I don't know, in case somebody hasn't seen it, this is one I'd recommend, is Making a Murder.
Oh, it's so good, but also I get so mad when I watch it.
I know.
Can we talk about it for a second?
Yes, we can.
Did we watch it together, Daniel?
No,
Daniel's like, I don't want to talk about it.
No, we definitely didn't watch it together because I was in London at the time. I remember you. I'm pretty sure
I told you to watch it.
You were like, you need to watch this, and I was like, okay. And then I watched it with my flatmate, and me and my flatmate were like, oh my God, like this is crazy. And then the second season is even crazier. Like,
so I couldn't get into the second season. I didn't watch the second season. Yeah. I think I watched the first episode and I don't know, maybe I got busy or whatever, but I remember the first season I watched it in like a weekend, and I am not like, you know, it's a lot for me to watch something in one weekend. And I watched it in like one weekend.
That's crazy.
But I didn't watch the second season.
See, the second season is really
maybe I need to watch
it. I think you do, because it will like get you even more angry and frustrated about the whole thing that's happening. Because basically, he hires this like really famous lawyer called what's her name?
I know that woman.
Something.
Like it was like a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she is so good, and she like goes through evidence by evidence, like piece by piece, and tries to like put together what happened and all the evidence that basically incarcerated him and got convicted. She like easily shows how none of it makes sense, because she'll be like, oh, for example, this car said that they saw him at this time, but actually if you drive from where they said that they were to here, and it just nothing made sense, like timelines didn't add up. Blood stains, she even did like a blood spatter experiment for like the blood that was in his van or whatever. And like it's crazy, like she pieces it together so well, and the whole time I'm just like, this woman is like the smart, like she's crazy, like it was so good. So I think,
and still he's in prison.
Yep, I think he's still in prison.
For those of you guys that don't know, I'll give you a little rundown. So I'm sure most people know Making a Murderer. It's like it was very popular when it first came out. Famous. And basically, it's about this guy. I can't remember his name, but basically he got convicted. Stephen Avery. Yeah. So he's in the States somewhere and he got convicted of rape at first.
Yeah.
And so he went to jail for like over a decade, I believe.
Yeah, it was like 17 years or something ridiculous.
Yeah. So for a long time, he went to jail. And then later on, it was found out that he was not the one that committed this rape.
Yeah.
So then he was finally let go, whatever you call
Exonerated.
it. Like, exonerated.
I think
Thank
that's right.
you. Yes, you did. And then he was about to sue the police department or whatever
for
his
wrongful conviction and being in jail for 17 years. Fair enough.
Oh my, like legit.
Yeah.
And then like maybe a week or a month before his lawsuit, he gets convicted of murder.
But I thought technically he won his lawsuit and the county was going to owe him a lot of money.
Or maybe it was something like that.
And then so basically he sued the county and was like, I think he won the lawsuit, and it was determined that he was going to get millions, a couple million from the local government or whatever else for this wrongful conviction. And because also there was a lot of shit going on with this wrongful conviction. Anyway, right as this whole verdict happens with this wrongful conviction and everything else, he all of a sudden a random body appears on his plot of land in a burn barrel, and it kicks off everything else, and he gets arrested again.
And the sad part is, so first of all, okay, like I'm not trying to be mean, but this guy just is a very innocent, like I don't know how to say, but he's like a very innocent man with lower IQ.
Yeah.
They've established that he has lower IQ in this whole situation. And also he has a nephew that also got, charged with this murder. You have to watch the show, but basically, and his nephew was like 17 or 16 and he also has lower IQ, like lower to the point where he needs to be like in a special class or something like that. Yeah. And I felt so bad for, both of them obviously, but especially for the nephew because he had no idea what was going on.
Exactly.
And it's like, okay, if one lesson is learned from all of these goddamn crime shows where there's like wrongful convictions is, guys, no matter what, if you are in some sort of police station for some crime that you did not commit, do not speak. Get a motherfucking lawyer.
Exactly.
Seriously.
Exactly. Well, it's like you see these shows. There was a show about it as well, about people that like when they
confession tapes.
Yes, confession tapes where they like they
that's
confess to a
another
murder
thing that I
didn't
recommend.
commit. Yeah, and it's like, why are they doing that though? Why? Because they get pressured.
Daniel, did you not want? Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So, oh God.
And the thing is, any logical person would think, why would someone commit to a crime?
Admit.
Fuck, I am so drunk.
Why would someone commit
guys.
to a crime they didn't admit?
No. Why would someone admit to a crime that they did not commit? Thank you, Daniel. English as my second language. Anyways.
Oh gosh.
So then you would ask that question, but then when you watch the show, you realize how smart these people are. The detectives and the police officers, they are trained. They are trained in interrogation. And I'm not necessarily saying that they are doing this with malintention, although I do think that a lot of them, they could step back and realize what they're doing for a second. But like a lot of them, they just interrogate without any evidence. They just want to find someone that's responsible. So you're sat there for like 8 hours or whatever, how many hours in an interrogation room, and you're not given like proper food and stuff like that. Exactly. And you're going to go crazy.
100%.
And they're going to tell you, oh, if you tell me this, you can go.
Yeah.
So like any one of us could fall into this trap.
No, 100%. Especially when you're deprived of food and water and all this stuff, and it's really intense.
Exactly.
And you're probably scared because, again, they're in a position of power. And they talk about this, about these people that are in position of power having an undue influence on your behavior as an individual. So it's
100%.
So it just turns into like a mess. So yeah, definitely watch Making a Murder if you haven't seen it already. I might just be bringing up old TV shows that people have already seen. But, you never know. Someone might not have watched it.
Yeah.
So...
Okay, continue. What other shows?
So the next one that I've watched actually quite recently, it's a new one that was on Netflix called Dracula. So...
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, I'm not really big into like the whole vampire things because I feel like it's been overdone and there's been so many like vampire ones. But I thought this one was kind of cool, kind of refreshing. The guy that plays Dracula, he does it so well, and I found it quite interesting to watch. It was a good watch. So that was.
Was he hot?
No, he wasn't bad looking.
Okay.
But he wasn't like
I thought maybe
sexy.
Daniel liked it because he was hot.
No, that was Toy Boy. So that's another series I watched that was full of ridiculously good looking men. But
All right, what's next in Daniel's list?
okay, on my list, let's see. Hang on, let me just look here. So, this is one that I think Rose recommended to me actually, called "I Am a Killer." So Rose got me down
During
that.
Daniel's times of darkness, I decided to recommend the darkest show of all time.
Yeah. So "I Am a Killer" is basically interviewing these people that are on death row, or like maybe they just recently got pardoned, but they're incarcerated for murder, variety of different things. And it kind of tells their side of the story, but like, it's like super intense. And these people, most of them have lived like the craziest lives, like things that you couldn't even imagine. And it's like, I wouldn't suggest watching too many episodes in a row because it will get you into a very dark place where you're like, oh my God, like you have to kind of break it up with some RuPaul's Drag Race or something, because
it's quite dark. And well, so each episode is a different story.
Yeah.
And what I did enjoy about it was that they do show all sides of the kind of story.
Yeah.
So it's not just the story from the killer's perspective. So of course the killer tells their story, but then they also show the sides of like, maybe the murdered family and also, different perspectives. So some of the episodes I was just like, oh my God, I cannot even believe. But anyways, yeah, it's actually really it's well done, but also like kind of dark. So
no, exactly.
Just warning you there.
So brace yourself. Another dark one. I feel like I'm on a trend here. Oh God.
The thing is, I do feel like, can I just make a little note here?
Yeah.
I just feel like we are really in a time of like, we like the dark shit, like the dark things become the most interesting because I feel like we've become really desensitized to anything else. Yeah. So the more like kind of grotesque and weird and dark, we kind of like find that fascinating, which is a little bit weird.
Exactly. I mean, it is, but even when I was younger, I've always found like these kind of murder mysteries or forensic files or anything like this.
Forensic Files. Was it that show, Secrets of Forensic Science or something? Have you ever seen that?
No, I haven't seen that one. No.
Maybe we're talking about the same thing. I don't know. But there was this like random dude that would like come out and like so it would be like a show where it would be about like murder, whatever.
Yeah.
And they would do like a fictitious, like, they would dramatize. That's the word I'm looking for. Dramatize like the situation.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? I think it's called Secrets of Forensic Science. But anyways, continue. Sorry.
Yeah. So, but again,
I'm gonna pour myself more wine, even though I'm drunk as hell.
I know. Pour yourself. I need to top myself up soon as well.
Oh my God! But I need to pick up Nari from doggy daycare soon,
shit.
so I shouldn't be too drunk.
Yeah.
I don't want to be walking over there, picking up my dog,
stumbling
drunk
around,
as hell,
falling as you get her leash, rolling over on the grass. Be like, actually in the snow, I guess if there's snow or.
Yeah.
But what was I going to say? Oh yeah. So the next other one that's really dark, and actually this one got me so emotional. It's so hard to watch, but it was again, another fascinating one, another interesting one, very powerful story. It's the trial of Gabriel Fernandez. And
I couldn't get myself to watch it yet.
I know honestly, just if you do decide to watch it, like just brace yourself because I think it's one of the most horrific in terms of what happened to this boy things that I've ever heard. And I've watched Forensic Files and all kinds of crazy shit, and this poor boy, the things that he went through, oh my God, I can't even think about it because I'll start crying. It's intense, but it's a good watch. It's interesting, and I don't know.
If you like kind of those kinds of what do you call this, like cold case files?
Yeah,
I guess?
it's like not Forensic Files, but it's like kind of murder mysteries, or not even murder mysteries.
Why do we like these things? Honestly, I still question
why.
And I still question why we watch. Oh, another show that I watched, which was quite popular, is Don't Fuck with Cats.
Oh yeah! Oh my God! Yes, I didn't have that on the list, but I should.
Oh my God. This guy, the thing is, what bothers me about the fact that I watched it, Daniel's pouring himself more wine, by the way.
Yeah.
What bothers me about the fact that I watched it and I enjoyed it and I literally binged it in like one day, is the fact that this guy was, and same with a lot of these people, are looking for attention.
100%.
So we totally gave them what he was looking for.
Exactly. Like they vibe off that attention. Like that whole story, Don't Fuck with Cats, is crazy.
If you guys don't know, we'll give you the premise. So basically it's about this guy that basically like killed cats
on a video
on camera. Yeah. And he was Canadian. What the fuck?
He posted it. So this guy, the whole thing that kicked this off is this guy posted a video of him killing some kittens on camera, and he posted it to like Instagram and Facebook or whatever else. And then people obviously kicked off and were like, what is going on? And it led to this whole kind of investigation and what was happening. And then there was like a lot more stuff that happened. So I'm not going to give it away, but like it gets a lot crazier.
Yeah.
Like a lot crazier.
And I remember that story from like a few years ago because I remember seeing it in the news.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so that's another show that you could watch if you like that kind of dark, grotesque thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, what else is on your list, Daniel?
So I actually only have one more thing on my list.
Okay, I'm sure I have more to add, but continue.
Okay, so the next one is another Spanish series, which I really enjoyed.
Ooh.
Well, actually, there was 2 Spanish series that I really enjoyed. They're a bit cheesy, but I like them. So one's called Elite.
Okay.
And it's basically it's like a high school drama. It's these like rich kids that go to this like high school, and there's like all the drama between these kids. So that one's it's like a cheesy watch, but it's fun.
It sounds like Gossip Girl or
it's
something.
kind of like a Gossip Girl, a more modern Gossip Girl. Because Gossip Girl be old as hell now.
Oh goddamn, we be old as hell.
And then the other one it's called The Cable Girls. So it's about this group of women that start. It's like I think they're working in like the 1930s or 1950s. And basically it's right around the time where there wasn't a lot of like women's rights and stuff. And they are like this powerful group of women that like, you know, a lot of stuff happens in their life, and some of them are fighting for like liberation, and they're trying to be independent women. And so that's quite interesting as well. I quite like that.
Oh, that sounds nice. I want to watch that.
Yeah, so
what was that called again?
Cable Girls.
Cable Girls. Interesting.
Yeah, so I quite like that. And there's some drama there, and there's like obviously there's some men involved, some beautiful men.
Daniel just wants to watch these shows for the beautiful men.
Beautiful Spanish men, as we've determined.
Can I recommend some shows now?
No.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay, so one show that I watched before all of this extravaganza, and like I was obsessed with this show before. And do you know what show I'm talking about, Daniel?
That Japanese one?
Yes. It is called Terrace House. Terrace House. And I don't really watch it anymore. I haven't watched it for a while.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, when I get obsessed, I watch it for a while and then I like forget about it. So I haven't watched it for a while. But this show is basically a Japanese reality show, and it sounds really boring, but it's like so entertaining.
Yeah.
So basically they put 3 girls and 3 guys into a house.
Yeah.
And these people live in this house, and there is no other rule. They just live there and live their normal lives. Okay. And they're just living their normal lives, and we watch them live their normal lives, but they live together as strangers. And the most entertaining thing for me is that, so you have that part of the show, but then you also have commentators on that show. Yeah. So there's like 6 people or 5 or 6 people that are like kind of, I think they're like Japanese celebrities. And they come in like every, few scenes, and then they comment on what they just saw. So it's like it's like a weird way of interacting. So it's like you're kind of in that room with them, and they're like complaining, and you can like relate to what they're saying because you were just watching something. And then you're thinking like, oh my God, what's wrong with this bitch? And then they say the same thing, and you're like, oh my God, I can relate. Oh my God, it's such a good show. And it's super popular, by the way. And there's multiple seasons. The seasons I've seen are the one Boys and Girls in Tokyo, or Boys and Girls in the City. Yeah. And then I don't know, I've seen like 3 seasons, and there's one like new season that I haven't started. Like, again, I got kind of bored of it, so I stopped watching, but I was very addicted to it for a while. Have you watched any, Daniel?
Actually, so when you recommended them to me, I think I downloaded a few episodes and I watched it on the plane. I don't remember where I was flying. I might've been flying away from Calgary. So I think I was flying back to the UK because you told me about it when I was there. I think. I can't remember. I was on a flight though, and I remember watching them on a flight. I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. I don't know about...
Oh, you couldn't get into it, hey?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like one of those shows. I tried. I mean, it was kind of like I kind of got into it. Maybe I need to watch more episodes, or I don't know. It took me a little while.
Yeah. It's definitely... I don't think it's for everybody because it's not very dramatic. Like, for example, there's like very subtle things. It's very different from an American style reality show because everything they like, for example, they'll do like some little thing and then it causes like drama in the house, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. You're like, oh my God, what's going on?
Like for example, one part of one of the seasons, I remember this one girl was dating. So basically they all go in the show to like date each other essentially. And this one girl and this one guy started dating. And this one guy, he like I don't know, got some kind of meat, some kind of like fancy meat from one of his clients, and he had it in the fridge. And then the rest of them like ate it without like asking him. And that caused the biggest drama. It was like the biggest deal. And it was like literally the biggest drama of that season. And I was like,
oh, goddamn.
a part of it's me just being fascinated by the fact that, you know, these kinds of things are worthy of drama.
Yeah.
But also it's interesting to see the differences in, you know, the Japanese style of reality show, because Japanese people are kind of known to be very polite and very accommodating. So it's interesting to see kind of their dynamic.
Yeah. No, definitely. That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'll give it another chance.
You should watch the Hawaii one.
Yeah.
That one's interesting because they do it in Hawaii and they have like a mixture of like Japanese people, but also like American Japanese people. And it gets pretty dramatic.
I was going to say, it would be so interesting. I mean, because like how interesting, like just throwing this like snowball out there, the snowball. I don't even know what I'm saying right now.
The snowball. What?
This, oh my God, I don't even know what I'm saying right now. I'm actually quite drunk.
How many glasses have we had, Daniel? This is
I've
my
had
second
half a
glass, I
bottle.
think.
I've had half a bottle. So
Well, I think I'm working my way towards half a. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've had half a bottle at this point.
Damn. But no, I was gonna say. I mean, it adds an interesting level of dynamic because imagine if we took you and we placed you on a Korean reality TV show, but like as a Korean Canadian and the Korean, it would just be such an interesting dynamic, you know?
Honestly, I would live. This is what I want. So me and Angela, Angela is my roommate, by the way. Me and Angela, we were both addicted to this show for a little bit.
Yeah.
And we were saying how if they had a Korean version of this show, well, it would be a shit show, first of all, because the thing is, a lot of people, you know, might think Korean people, Japanese people are similar, but we are so different. Yeah. Korean people are so different from Japanese people in that I feel like we are a lot, like Korean people are just a lot more... We're not polite, man. Like, I don't know how to say it. Like,
goddamn,
Japanese people are supposed to be
Rose.
very polite. Yo, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Like, of course, there's, you know, pros and cons of both cultures, whatever. But I know that Japanese culture is very, like, polite. And in some ways, it's not good because it can be two-faced.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
It can be
100%.
two-faced. But also Korean culture, there's a lot of problems there too. But anyways, there's a lot of differences in Korean and Japanese culture. So I would love to see a Korean version of Terrace House. Yeah. Like, would love to see it. But Korean people were never going to do it because they're never going to take something Japanese and then bring it to Korea.
Yeah. But if that ever does happen,
should I apply?
I think you should apply. Honestly, I will help you with your application because I think you need to go.
Oh my God. I would live.
Oh my God. I would.
It would be
honestly,
so fun.
So if any of you are oh my God, I can't even talk, bro. This is so bad. If any of you are Korean in Korea and you like are show producers and you're coming up with some snowballing some ideas and blah 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 blah, think about this. You know,
and you want Rose on the show.
Exactly. And you want this lovely Korean woman here on the show, then definitely you need to make that happen.
Oh God. Oh, you know another show that I like? I'm going through my list now.
Okay.
Well, I like Shark Tank. I think a lot of people know about Shark Tank.
Shark Tank's good. Yeah. Or like
oh my God. But like,
what's the Canadian one called? Dragon's Den.
Dragon's Den. I tried to watch Dragon's Den, and I'm sorry, Canadians. I know I'm Canadian, so maybe I shouldn't be like this. But Shark Tank was much more entertaining.
Really, I like Dragon's Den. I used to love Dragon's Den.
I don't know. Dragon's Den looked very. The set looked cheap, and the whole production looked cheap compared to Shark Tank.
Okay.
Maybe because I watched Shark Tank first.
Yeah.
Like, did you watch Shark Tank?
I've never seen Shark Tank. I've heard it's
okay,
good.
there's the problem. Okay, there's your problem. If you watch Shark Tank and then you try to watch Dragon's Den, you'll be like, what the fuck is this show? It's like when you watch American Idol and then you try to watch Canadian Idol, you're like, what the fuck?
True.
Like, no, like it sucks. Look, I love Canada. I love my country. But like with entertainment, can we stop? Like, can we just be better?
Yeah. Can we stop doing the low budget version?
Yeah, but the thing is, I think Dragon's Den happened before Shark Tank, did it not?
No, I think it did as
No,
well.
but it was a British show. It was a British show first. So it wasn't even Canadian. So Canadians like to copy other American shows or non-Canadian shows.
Yeah.
And, you know, it would be nice to come up with an original idea for once.
Mm-hmm. Like a great Canadian show. It should be.
But you know what's interesting about Canadian entertainment is that in Quebec, they've actually got a quite diverse and pretty prominent entertainment scene. Quebec cinema, Quebec shows, but it's just not, it doesn't translate into, the other provinces. That's a problem. Yeah. Anyways, another show that Daniel also started watching is called Kingdom.
Oh, yes. Yes.
You want to tell people about it, Daniel?
Yes. So Kingdom is a very interesting and actually I think it's very topical. Well, not topical, kind of, as to what's going on right now, because it has to do with this disease that's spreading. If you think about it. So basically, Kingdom takes place back in like the ancient times of Korea. I feel like it was like a long time ago.
Yes, it's a Korean show, by the way.
But it's really good.
And it's the ancient Korea, times. Is before Korea became what it is.
Today.
Yeah. Anyway, continue.
And basically what happens, I'm not going to give away too much, but what happens is this disease spreads. And what this disease does is, like, if I got the disease, I would basically die, but then I would become almost not like a zombie, kind of like a zombie, but like I would just basically be awake during the evening, during the nighttime, and I would crave like flesh. You know what I mean? Like I would.
Isn't it a zombie?
Yeah, I guess a zombie. Yeah, and so I would run up to somebody. I would bite them, and as soon as I bit them, they would get the virus. So then they would become a zombie as well. So it's kind of like a chain reaction, I guess.
Isn't that the premise of all zombie films? No?
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't watched that many zombie films, if I'm honest.
Oh, okay.
But there's a lot more to it.
I was like, Daniel, there's so much more to it.
Yeah,
the thing is, I don't usually watch zombie shows or zombie anything. I'm not a big fan of zombie things. Mm-hmm. But this, for some reason... But it's because I actually watched it. Yeah. Sorry, continue.
But I was going to say, no, sorry to cut you off there. But it's because there's so many more layers. You have this zombie layer.
Yes.
But that's one layer, because then you have this whole interesting struggle between the prince and the guy that's like kind of manipulating the king and the queen at the time. And there's this whole struggle of power for the kingdom. And you have this kind of prince that's like trying to do his best. Yeah. And he's like really trying to like come up and be a person of the people, I guess, or people of the persons. No, person.
Person of the people.
Yeah, person of the people. And yeah, so there's so many different layers, and then you get this kind of like backdrop of like very like interesting. There's just so much stuff going on. And actually, the zombie part of it is because I've watched the first season, and there's a few scenes and episodes with the zombies, but a lot of it is the struggle between the people and the everyday people, right?
I'm so glad you liked it. I was wondering because so the show takes place in like ancient Korea, and I always loved shows that there's a lot of shows in Korea that take place in like that kind of ancient time.
Yeah.
Where there was like a kingdom and like a prince and a king and all that stuff. And I always wondered like what foreign people would think about when they watch that show. But it's very interesting because once again, I don't usually watch zombie anything, but it's definitely not just about zombies. Like Daniel explained, like it's definitely about like a struggle between what's going on in the kingdom, and basically like I think the first scene is the prince being like, can I go see my sick dad?
Yeah, can I go see my father? Yeah.
And the queen would not let him see the dad.
Exactly.
Anyways, you have to watch it. And it's also, very good.
It has one of the actresses in it is actually in Sense8 as well.
What? Oh, the girl.
Yeah.
I know which one.
The
nurse girl.
Yeah, the nurse girl. Dona. I can't say it, but
Peduna.
Yeah.
Peduna.
Yeah. So I think she's quite famous in Korea.
I think it's Peduna.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's quite well known.
And she.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She's in that.
She's in Sense8 as well, and she's so good in it as well. She plays. Oh my god. Oh. So going back to Sense8 for just 2 seconds with this with Peduna, like her whole storyline as well is so cute, because it's like the struggle between her and her father, and like her father owns this like really successful company, but there's some drama, and like there's this really touching scene where he like comes and sees her and tells her like nothing would, his whole enterprise and everything wouldn't mean anything without his daughter. I don't know, it's so crazy and touching.
Oh, Daniel. Okay, now I need to watch Sense8. I hope it's still on Netflix.
Well, it's on Netflix in Spain, so I hope it is in Canada as well.
So another show that I have not watched, but my roommate watched and was obsessed, and a lot of people have watched and are obsessed, is a Korean drama. It's called Crash Landing on You.
Well, I've never even heard of it.
Apparently it's very good.
Yeah.
And it's about, so apparently I haven't watched it once again.
Yeah.
It's about some, it's ridiculous because Korean dramas are ridiculous. Okay. But it's about a woman, a wealthy South Korean woman that somehow like lands in North Korea. Maybe there was some kind of storm or something. I can't remember. I don't know what happens, but she like accidentally lands in North Korean land and then falls in love with a North Korean man. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I've kind of refused to watch it because I haven't really watched a Korean drama in a while, and I don't know how I feel about Korean dramas.
Rose, come on.
Some of them are so ridiculous that I can't. There are some that there's one that I like. The only memorable one that I watched was like from 2005.
Yeah.
This is how old I am. And this was like one of the most famous Korean dramas. And it was called My Name is Kim Sam-soon. I can't translate it. Anyways, that's what it's translated to. Anyway, so I haven't watched much Korean dramas, but apparently this one is good.
Okay.
So maybe I might watch it when I'm bored.
Yeah. So tomorrow in day 7.
So
of
basically
isolation,
after drinking this wine.
Yeah.
Other shows. Wait. What's another show? I'm drunk now. I'm
Okay,
very
so
drunk.
you talked about Kingdom. We talked about Elite.
I gotta leave soon though, you know.
Oh yeah, shoot. Okay. Well, I mean, we've talked about a lot of shows, and we be on here for an hour and a half already.
Oh goddamn! This be a long ass episode. I apologize.
we make some apologications.
Oh goddamn! Daniel be drunk as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. Well, did you start watching the Self-Made show yet?
No, I really need to watch it. I'm probably gonna watch it tonight. Actually, after this.
Oh, you know what you should watch, Daniel?
What?
Contagion.
Oh God, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm prepared.
Okay,
to watch
it's
it.
kind of okay. So if you guys don't know, Contagion is a movie that came out, I think, quite a few years ago. And when you watch it, you get this eerily feeling that it is about our current times, because
God.
Contagion is about some sort of a virus that goes around the world infecting a bunch of people, and they have all of these like shots of people like touching, like, because you know how like we're all kind of afraid of touching each other. It's like they have all these shots of people like touching glass and drinking from the same glass and all this stuff, and it's like so triggering right now because if you watch it now, you're like, oh my God. And they use the same terminology like social distancing. You know, they use all of this like similar terminology that I mean, to be honest, like I wasn't aware of half of the terminology we use
neither.
in the current
It's
times.
all new to me, and
Like-
this is the first time I've ever heard of social distancing. You know?
Or even like quarantine. Yeah, I've heard the term.
Yeah, I've heard quarantine
but have
before.
you ever used, like I've never used that
Or
in,
self-isolation.
yeah, like none of these things have I ever used in my life ever
Exactly.
until now. Now every day I'm saying quarantine 50 times a day.
Oh my God, I'm saying it like it's I don't know, like it's.
Oh goddamn! Daniel is drunk.
I'm
guys.
okay.
Let me just tell you that drunk Daniel is so funny.
Oh God, I'm not. I'm just a hot mess. This is.
And you know, can I tell you another fun fact?
What's a fun fact?
Is you know how I'm Asian and Daniel's technically white?
Yeah. What's this?
You know what's funny is that I actually don't get what is called the Asian glow.
Oh, this is true.
But Daniel gets the Asian glow.
I do.
As you can see on his cheeks. I don't know if you guys are watching on the video, you can see on his cheeks. He gets very, very red on his cheeks.
I mean, I'm looking at the video right now, and it's like my cheeks,
Yeah,
my
you look-
forehead, my neck.
Oh
I look
goddamn,
like a
you be
tomato.
bright as hell. You look bright as hell on my screen,
goddamn.
okay? It's so funny because I don't get really red, but Daniel gets so red.
I do. I don't know what is the. Why do I get so red? I don't know.
It's adorable.
Oh, it's one of my adorable qualities that some man is gonna love in me.
Oh goddamn, many men's love is in use. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh my God, you guys, this is a mess. Let me just tell you.
Oh gosh.
You're going to have a great time editing
I
this
know.
cringy video and this
God.
cringy. I hope you guys enjoyed this drunken podcast, guys.
And if you want more like this, then let us know. I mean, I don't want to develop a drinking problem from this podcast, though. So, like, I can't be.
Develop a drinking problem.
I mean,
Daniel, I think it'd be too late.
making my drinking problem worse on this podcast. You know.
But you know, here's the funny thing. You know, like Daniel and I have said, like we don't usually drink in, by ourselves
No, never.
or at home. Like I almost never drink by myself. Almost never. But since this whole, fucking end of the world situation has happened.
Yeah.
Okay? I have drank by myself more times than in the last fucking year. You know what I mean?
Then your entire life.
Like, seriously, I never drink alone. I never do. It's very rare that I drink alone.
This is like me as well.
But I guess we're not drinking alone.
Technically we are. I mean, there's no one here with me right now.
But we're digitally together.
Exactly. This is true. This is the future. I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll have to live in quarantine for the rest of our lives.
No.
You know? And this is the future.
We're gonna be like,
of life.
Have you seen like you know those movies that are about like artificial intelligence, like I am Mother? Have you seen that?
Yes, I saw that one. Yeah.
I did not like that movie.
It was weird.
But
it was weird. Or like
it was one of those movies that had a good. Sorry.
Go ahead.
It was one of those movies that had a good potential, but it didn't pan out.
It had good potential, but it didn't fulfill that potential.
Yes.
It was it was like many of my dates, disappointing.
By the way, if you want to hear our dating stories, you can check our Patreon.
We can't even talk at this point, Rose. This is so
guys,
bad.
guys, we're okay.
Yeah,
I
we're
promise.
fine. We're good.
You know, the thing is, when people are listening, like when they're watching us, they can kind of gaze, like they can kind of see what's happening, right? But imagine listening to this fucking nonsense.
True.
I would be like, what the fuck is wrong with these bitches, man?
No, but people love the realness and the rawness and
goddamn Daniels.
That ooh la la sensation that we be given on these microphones, you know?
Guys, I feel like another movie that I love is Get Out, which I'm sure many of you guys have watched.
I've never seen it. Get Out.
Are you? Shut the front. You're joking, right? Are you joking, Dan?
No. What's it about?
No, Daniel's joking.
I'm not joking, Rose. What's
Daniel,
it about?
you're doing that. Okay, guys, just another little thing that you need to know about Daniel is that he likes to do this thing where he makes a joke and he like plays it out for the longest time.
Like a
so you
dad
believe
joke.
him. Kind of like it's like the most annoying thing. Like I'll be like, oh my God, Daniel, like, did you not watch this? And then he'll be like, no, I didn't. And then he'll like play it out for like 10 minutes.
And then later,
at the end, he'll be like, no, I did watch it. So you did watch Get Out, didn't you?
I haven't seen Get Out. I swear to God.
Daniel, are you hand on heart?
Hand on heart, I've never seen it. Let me just Google.
Like your parents' grave.
I'm my parents' grave. I'm going to Google it right now.
Okay, let me tell you what it is
Get
then.
Out film.
If you're not lying, Daniel, you have to watch it.
Let me just see. I'm going to Google it right now.
You haven't even heard of it?
Oh,
no,
nope,
you would know if
seen
you've seen it.
Definitely never seen it.
Oh, Daniel, you're going to watch it tonight.
I have so much stuff to watch tonight. God damn.
Dan, no. Listen, put everything else in the back burner. This is one of the best movies that you will watch.
Okay.
It's so good, and I won't explain too much about it, but I'll tell you a little bit about it.
Okay.
So it's basically about an interracial couple.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a white woman and a black man.
Yeah.
And they go and meet the woman's parents for the first time. And then a lot of weird things happen, but I won't tell you anything.
Okay.
But it is one of the best. It was like, I think it was nominated for
Academy Award.
something. I don't know, but it was definitely one of the most unique and interesting films I've ever seen.
Okay, I'll definitely
and it
watch
is so good. Can you watch it tonight, please?
Okay, I
will
will try
promise
to.
me?
Yeah, no, I'm not. Well, I'll see if it's not on Netflix, is it?
It's on Netflix, Daniel. I watched it last night again.
Oh, okay, shit. Okay, if it's on Netflix, then I will watch it tonight.
Yes, it's on Netflix.
Okay,
and
I
it's
will.
such a good film.
Okay.
Like, it's a little bit scary, but it's also kind of funny. But it's so good.
Hand on heart, I'll watch it literally after we get off this Skype call.
Okay.
I will
And
watch
then we
Get
can
Out.
discuss it in the next podcast.
But no, the next podcast is going to be Love is Blind.
Okay, we're going to discuss this and Love is Blind. Okay? Oh, goddamn. I got to go, Daniels.
So,
I got to pick up my
I
dog.
know. Thank you guys so much for entertaining this drunken disaster podcast. No, I'm kidding. This podcast where we talked about some ideas of some films, some Netflix shows, some things you guys could watch during quarantine. Hopefully you find this helpful. Again,
Oh my God, helpful. I hope you found it entertaining because we were drunk as fuck, my friends.
I'm still trying to I'm trying to keep composure. So as
You're
always,
doing well.
Huh? Am I doing well?
I said you're doing very well.
Thank you. So as always, check us out on YouTube at the SaVeg Podcast. Also, we have an Instagram account, so be sure to follow us on there for any updates, everything else. And then also, if you want some bonus episodes and some exclusive content, check us out on patreon.com/the SaVeg Podcast. And that is all
Is that
for today.
Should we do a little Instagram story, Daniel?
We should. Shall we be like, hey,
Whoa.
cheers? Goodbye, everyone. Thank you so much for listening.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Okay, wait. Let's say a big thank you. Cheers for listening.
Cheers.
Virtual cheers.
Virtual cheers.
Thank you so much for listening, guys.
Cheers.
We're done our drunken podcast. Podcast. We're done our drunken podcast. And let us know if you want more drunken podcasts in the future, because as you guys know, one of our favorite activities is drinking together.
Oh my God, that's true. Drinking together, because that's when shit gets real and it's more fun.
Oh, goddamn, Daniels. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Okay. See you next time.